We're talking some online romance and how tax dollars should be used to, well, deal with this apparent big issue, which I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, and I just couldn't resist doing this video because I feel like as somebody that's got a YouTube following, I guess it's almost my duty to just throw some of this stuff out there to you before you do what some of these people have I guess, done. As online romance scams rise, banks ask for help to save victims billions. All right, so the banks are asking for help. Okay, who are they asking that help towards? The banking industry is seeking help from who? The federal government. Now, as a friendly reminder, whenever you hear of government, federal government, that is you and I. In what sense? In the sense of any resources they devote, whether that be assigning an employee, that employee has a salary. Who pays for that salary? Taxes. Who pays taxes? Me, you. So anytime you see government, federal government, just realize that is another way of saying tax dollars, because that's all the federal government is. That's how it operates, based on tax dollars. So the banks have come to us as the taxpayers and they want us to help. Okay, well, let's keep going. Who else do they want to help? And the social media industry to stop an escalating crisis that's costing Americans billions of dollars every year. Online romance scams. Billions of dollars? Like, really? These digital crimes have proliferated since the pandemic as criminals pose as attractive partners and reach out to lonely Americans on social media. We really need help, Paul Brenna, the Executive Vice President for Risk, Fraud, and Cybersecurity at the American Bankers Association, said in an interview with CNBC. All right, here's another key part. We need the social media companies to shut down these people that are putting these out there. Now, I can partially get on board with this because I have very real experience as people pose as me. They create fake profiles, then they ask people, hey, I got some sort of investment opportunity or I got some sort of program, send me some money, and then it's not really me. And social media just really does not seem to care about that sort of thing. And I can give, now don't get me wrong, these people that fall for it, greedy savages, absolutely greedy savages. But I can at least see, okay, they think it's me. And they have, they're familiar with me, and as flattering as it is, where they trust me in these situations to send money. But there's at least a baseline where I can understand where they're coming from because it's somebody that they're familiar with. It's not like they just get a message out of the clear blue and like, who is this clay trader guy? No. I can see where they're coming from. Again, still greedy savages, but I can at least see that. But this online romance stuff, and again, I can't believe I need to say this, but I guess I do. If some sort of beautiful young woman or young man, or do you call young men beautiful? Handsome, there we go. Some sort of stud muffin guy sends you a message, or some sort of beautiful woman sends you a message. I'm not saying it's for sure fake, but do you think that, maybe you should just be a little cautious? I mean, let's just keep going because the obvious answer is, well, yeah, but then you see what these people have done and let's just keep moving. And then they say, we need law enforcement engaged to try and prosecute some of these folks. Unless you put a bad guy behind bars, that guy is going to keep doing what he's doing. Now, I want to move down here because the romance scams are run by organized criminal gangs, often based in Southeast Asia. And that's important to me because as a taxpayer, I don't want my tax funds being used to try to track down gangs in Southeast Asia. I mean, I think we can all agree, hopefully we can agree that our tax dollars could be spent a little bit better than this. Now, I will still throw a lot on social media if social media would get their act together. I mean, they're the ones with all sorts of profits and revenue. They have money, literally just, they turn on their faucet and money just comes out. Maybe if they took some of that money and set up some sort of algorithm or something to try to pinpoint this stuff, they could gather the information, and then if they want to gather it and send it to authorities, okay, fine. In other words, if they want to make authorities, if they want to make government, us, super efficient, saying, hey, here's everything that happened. We've done all the research. Here's where they're at. Here's their address. Here's all the proof you need so that you can go prosecute them, find them, and get the money back or throw them in jail. I'm good with that if they want to make it super efficient. But to say, okay, well, government, now I want you to set up stings and I want you to do that. No, that's a waste of resources. As a taxpayer, I don't want my funds going towards that. Why? Well, because again, what is the premise we're working with? People getting messages from random other people and then apparently thinking that it's a good idea to send them money. And in some cases, a whole lot of money. Some of the scams I've heard of, they literally have people draining their bank accounts to send the scammer everything they have. Now, this is just flat out sad. And I'm being all serious. If you're in a spot where you feel that lonely and that vulnerable, where you would send everything in your bank account to somebody you have never met in person, if that's you, then I mean, go. And like I said, all kidding aside, all sarcasm aside, I don't know, go to a local church, talk to somebody, just connect with somebody. Church, great spot to do something like that. So if you are that lonely, where you feel like you're on the cusp of doing something like that, find a church. That's an easy way to just connect with somebody, because you clearly need connection if you're that far gone where you would allow yourself to be that much of a sucker. I don't know how else to put it, but find a church, just go hang out with some people, fill that void of loneliness that you apparently have. But that is wild. Entire life savings, everything in your bank account, that's bonkers. The experts CNBC spoke with said social media companies should do more to throttle this kind of outreach over their platforms and do a better job of taking down the big perpetrators. 100% agreed. The social media, and like I said, I am a victim of it in the sense of I've lost track of how many people, hey, I sent you money, where's my money? You talked to a scammer. And yet you report, you try to get verified. Nope, no. And I mean, from my experience, and I realize I'm a data point of one, it's anecdotal evidence, but the social media companies just don't care. But I fully agree that, hey, you know what? Get a little better control over your platform. I think that is a good thing. However, with all that being said, I am not fully there, because at the end of the day, and that's the question that I want your opinion on down in the comment section. Where does personal responsibility come into all this? At what point do you just say, you got to just look in the mirror. You got to just accept personal responsibility. I am all for helping people out. I am all for putting in some general guardrails. No problems there. But there also has to be a point where personal responsibility enters into the equation. And as of right now, especially with these online romance scams, taxpayer dollars being put into use to basically regulate these people, make sure that they're not being total morons. Yes, at some point, you just got to let morons be morons and not use good quality dollars after people that are apparently not very wise. And once again, especially when there are resources. I understand the critique. Well, these people are super lonely. What are we supposed to do with those people that are super lonely? I already gave that solution. There's churches all over the place. These people could go to a church. They could go to some sort of community center. There are already resources available for them to cure this loneliness. And then these numbers are just huge. You can see right here, an estimated 30 billion and 50 billion was lost to scams in just 1 year, in 2022. Absolutely wild. I've been in law enforcement for 25 years, and I've done crimes and I've done homicide, and I've never heard the depths of despair that you get when someone realizes that the life they thought they'd had is completely gone. She said, one day to lose a marriage, and every last cent that they have is traumatic for people. What are you even talking about? So these people are already married and they're giving away every last cent they have? At what point do you just say, morons, people like that, just they and how terrible for the other person, but like, where do you just say it is what it is? I mean, and let me know, maybe if you want your tax dollars to be spent to try to prevent stuff like this, I mean, that is your right. By all means, let me know down in the comment section. But to me, this has crossed over the line of where it's just like, that seem, I think there's better dollars. I think there's better things that our dollars could be spent for as taxpayers that the government could be getting involved in. I'm not quite sure this is one of those areas. Is it sad? Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, that's just crazy to think about, but apparently that stuff goes on. But yes, these online romance scams, I am not for my tax dollars going for it. I'm curious if you would be open to that or not. But like I said, the only thing I could see is social media companies definitely need to step up. If they could get something in place where everything's made efficient, we've located where these people are, here's their address, here's the proof that they're guilty, go arrest them, and that's all you got to do, fine. But anything beyond that, I'm going to have to be on the side of, nah, sometimes you got to just let people be people. And if they want to make personal, responsible decisions that are really bad, then, the government, it's not the government's job to hold your hand through every aspect of life. But saw this article, saw the billions of dollars, saw some of these stories, especially married. And then not only do you lose your marriage in the same day, you lose every single penny. Absolutely brutal. But let me know your thoughts down below. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.